because that
So you almost went to UC Berkeley.
yeah, well, Berkeley, to be a bear was a big goal of mine. Yeah, it was a
Me
big,
too.
it
That's why
was,
I moved here
yeah, because
from Korea.
Berkeley is an awesome school. It's, I mean, you guys have the first, and this is kind of me nerding out a little bit. The first, we call it internet, but
So you were gonna go to EECS.
yes, yeah.
That's the toughest major in Berkeley.
Is it really? Yeah, it's tough at tech. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I balancing, again, the context switching is very difficult to try and study school and then kind of like worry about real estate. I mean, there's a lot of moving, like, I don't know, it's a lot of moving parts. But
No, back to your service.
yeah. So joined the Air Force in 2015.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how old were you?
I had just graduated high school, so I was 18.
Oh my
I think I had just turned 18 because I turned 18 in November.
Wow.
Yeah.
November when?
November 2nd.
November 4th.
No, you're a Scorpio? That's funny. That's awesome. Scorpio season, right? We're always
Scorpios are crazy.
that. We won't confirm or deny it. We'll own it. But yeah, I joined the service in 2015, left in 2019, and then like I said, I was in the Air Force. Believe it or not, I was a machinist and a welder. So I thought, it was pretty cool. At least I thought it was. I didn't know what it was before I joined.
You fix your own car?
So a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, a little bit, because a lot of the guys I served with, they were gearheads through and through. I mean, so they had Subarus, they had Miatas, they had kit cars, they had modified whatever. I learned a lot from them, but I'm still kind of learning the. I mean, I've done some replacement. Like I have a 1997 Subaru GT. I did a clutch replacement on that. I replaced the crank position sensor. What else? Map sensor. I've done little things on it.
Cool. So you only served 2 years?
So I served 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, I was in for 4 years, from 2015 to 2019.
15 to 19.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And then once I left, so I actually went to school while I was in the service.
Okay.
And then basically that following semester, or January, after leaving, I left in September, and I joined, basically went to tech in January. And then this was in January of 2022. And then COVID happened 2 months later, so I was only on campus for 2 months, which kind of, it kind of sucked, but it did open up a lot of different opportunities. So like the care home stuff was starting to take off. We were involved in that ever since early as 2017. And then, I was going to school while kind of managing stuff on the care home and the assisted living side of the house. And then bought the care home was tricky to actually acquire because it was commercially zoned.
Oh.
And so I hadn't had experience getting commercial property before. And that was very tricky, I'll be honest with you,
I mean,
CJ.
that was your very first property.
That was, outside of my primary residence, yes. My first investment property was that care home, and it was tricky because...
So you have 4 total?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was tricky. I mean, the reason why, the property sat for like over a year. And again, it's zoned O and I. So it's like, okay, well, how do you acquire these type of properties? Well, you need to have experience writing a P&L.
Oh.
You need to have experience with outside of credit, but they want to see, do you even know what DSCR is? Do you know what all these different things are? I was like...
Now you do.
Cutting my teeth because, I was like, I don't remember how old I was, maybe 24, right? And I had to learn all this stuff because, I wouldn't say I was under the gun, but like, we seller financed the deal originally.
Oh,
and then
great.
We got into a bridge. Okay, well, I was under the gun after the bridge because the seller said, hey, look, she's retiring. She wanted to get out from under it. That's great. So we bridged or went out of the seller finance into the bridge. Well, then we needed to find permanent financing. And that was the tricky part because it took all of the 18 months to really find a lender who was comfortable lending to an assisted living facility due to basically the industry risk. That was COVID. COVID just happened. So it was like, how does someone who is getting into a healthcare, and really we had a bunch of experience by then. My mom had 20 years of experience. I had 4 years by that point. And how does somebody get into acquire permanent financing for an industry that has been hit by a once in a lifetime event?
Yeah.
And we made it happen.
So while you're going through that,
Mhm.
who was driving the decision making and researching all that?
So I ran point on that. My mom is very, very, very good at the healthcare side. I took the responsibility
Yeah.
on the finance side. That
Yeah.
was my thing because I wanted to make sure that we were successful. We
Yeah.
were able to succeed. So I took ownership on that. Everything from the bridge to the seller finance to the eventual permanent finance, permanent loan was solely I ran point on that because
Wow,
while
that's
she
awesome.
was running, I appreciate it. While she was running the operations of the business,
Wow.
yeah.
So when did you graduate?
So funnily enough, it's always a funny story.
Okay.
I'm still technically a student
Okay.
because I'll be honest with you, the opportunities and I don't want to say I hate myself for this, but finishing something I've started I will always finish something I start, no longer how long it takes me. But the opportunities that have been given to me over these last, I don't even know, 7 years, I'll be a fool to finish or to stop completely what my side projects are to basically to finish because I end up in the same position I'm already in. I was recruited out as a junior actually at Tech to work for a startup, and back then, this was in 2022, they gave me an offer I couldn't refuse, and so I said, you know, it was a debate. I was like,
As
okay,
an engineer.
as an engineer, correct, yeah. So basically a software engineer. This was it was kind of unique because in 2022 the job market was a lot better than it is now.
Oh yeah.
And so I wish I could hug my 3 years ago, or 4 years, actually 4 years ago now, actually today, actually my 4-year anniversary of this company is tomorrow, funnily enough. I wish I could high five my previous self because had I tried to graduate instead, it would have been an entirely different ball game.
Wow.
So it's been it's been kind of unique because I'm like, they've been an awesome company. They really have. I mean, I didn't start off remote. I started off hybrid. Basically traveling to customer sites, performing different types of, the original role was called like systems engineering. And so we did, interface with clients and work with them on whatever their products are. And then basically roll over to being more of a software engineer over time. And now I'm more of I kind of call it a hybrid role a little bit because I don't travel as much.
Okay.
But now I've developed enough practical engineering experience where I'm going to slowly kind of complete the degree and all that. But I said, well, because I'm a stickler on making sure I finish school, while all this is going on, I actually finished an online degree to get just to have a bachelor's degree while this is going on. So I ended up completing just to say that, not to say that I have one, but just to make sure that going forward, that's not a blocker if I ever need to change to do something different.
Yeah.
But eventually at some point I'll graduate from Tech at some point. It'll
Yeah.
just be, because they don't do remote. So I'm like, that's tricky,
I see.
because it's like,
Well, when you move to Midtown, maybe.
so that's actually a little bit of an inspiration of wanting to move to Midtown, because I'm like, if I'm closer to campus, granted I'll only be taking like one class a semester, but because I'd rather focus a little more on like the real estate, on kind of my engineering career, the care home stuff. Those are the three biggest things to me
I see.
right now, as opposed to kind of,
So are you 100% remote?
I am.
Okay.
Well, it's like 90-10.
What do you mean?
The 10% is only as needed,
When you go to
like
client
like a
site?
customer site, and it's really kind of optional.
Yeah.
I just make sure that I'm a good kind of coworker, so if they need somebody, an extra person, I'll tag along. So.
And where are they usually, your clients?
So it depends. So at one point, a big client was in Panama City, Florida.
Okay.
Another one was in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And granted, for a lot of those projects, they were short travels, a week or two, every so often.
Yeah.
So but the travel's calmed down. So I'm basically remote now.
Yeah. Okay. So started 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Completed degree online, but
Yeah.
still aspiring to finish at Tech.
Yep.
Holding W2 solid.
Yep.
4 properties. That's amazing.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's kind of unique because I never really actually I've never really mentioned that to anybody. So
You should.
that's
You
cool.
should brag about it.
Nah.
It's an accomplishment.